Ever wondered about the ideal woman described in the Bible? We're talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. Today, we're going to delve into the rich tapestry woven by the words of Proverbs, specifically chapter 31, which paints a vivid picture of a woman of valor, of substance, of noble character. This isn't just any woman, this is the Proverbs 31 woman. So, who exactly is this Proverbs 31 woman, you ask? Well, she's a myriad of things, a tapestry of virtues, if you will. She's strong, not just in body but in spirit. She's the kind of strength that's born from a life of perseverance, from a spirit that refuses to buckle under pressure. She's a rock, a pillar, a fortress of resilience. She's also wise. Her wisdom isn't just academic, it's practical, it's life-tested. She knows when to speak, when to listen, and when to act. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She doesn't just know things, she understands them. She doesn't just hear, she listens. But perhaps the most striking characteristic of the Proverbs 31 woman is her fear of the Lord. Now, this isn't a fear born of terror, but rather a deep, reverential awe and respect for God. Her faith isn't just a part of her life, it is her life. It's the lens through which she views the world, the compass that guides her actions, the heartbeat of her existence. She's an entrepreneur, a businesswoman who considers a field and buys it, who plants a vineyard with her earnings. She's a hard worker, her lamp does not go out at night. She's a good wife, a loving mother, a woman of substance. She's clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She's a woman who extends her hands to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She's a woman who's more precious than jewels. She's a woman whose children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. So that's the Proverbs 31 woman in a nutshell, a woman of strength, wisdom, and reverence for God. Now you might wonder, how does this ancient biblical figure relate to today's modern woman? Well, let's delve into that. In a world that often seems to value superficial qualities, the Proverbs 31 woman stands as a beacon of timeless virtues. Her character traits, her qualities, her values are not just relevant, but crucial in today's society. They form the bedrock of a life well lived, regardless of the era. Consider her dedication to her family. She rises while it is still night, providing food for her household. This isn't just about physical nourishment, but also emotional and spiritual nourishment. Today, this translates into a woman who is fully committed to the well-being of her family, who invests time, energy, and love into creating a nurturing environment. Then there's her industriousness. She considers a field and buys it. She plants a vineyard with her earnings. She is a woman of action, not just words. In today's context, this could be a woman who is career-driven, who seeks to contribute to her family's income, or even a woman who diligently works at home, creating a sanctuary for her loved ones. Next, her kindness. She extends a hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. In an age where kindness can sometimes be in short supply, this quality is more important than ever. It speaks of a woman who is compassionate, who seeks to make a positive impact on the world around her. Lastly, her fear of the Lord. This is not about being frightened, but about having a deep respect and reverence for her Creator. It's about recognizing that there's a higher power at work and aligning her life with His will. This underpins all the other qualities and gives them a profound depth and meaning. Indeed, the Proverbs 31 woman transcends time. Her qualities are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. So, how can a modern woman embody the qualities of the Proverbs 31 woman? Well, it's not as complicated as you might think. In fact, it's about embracing the timeless principles of wisdom, diligence, kindness, and reverence for God, and applying them to our modern context. Firstly, the Proverbs 31 woman is industrious. She's a hard worker, dedicated to her craft and her home. In today's world, this could mean pursuing a career with diligence, nurturing a side business, or even managing a household with utmost dedication. Industriousness is about doing your best, not just for your own benefit, but for the good of those around you. Secondly, she cares deeply for her family. In the hustle and bustle of the 21st century, it's easy to lose sight of this. But the modern Proverbs 31 woman places great importance on her relationships. She cherishes her loved ones, cares for their needs, and provides a haven of love and support. It's about making time for family dinners, being there for your children's milestones, or simply lending an ear to a friend in need. Thirdly, kindness is at the heart of the Proverbs 31 woman. She extends her hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. In a world where we're often consumed with our own problems, the modern Proverbs 31 woman seeks to make a difference. It could be as simple as volunteering at a local charity, helping a neighbor with their groceries, or even just lending a listening ear to someone who needs it. Finally, the Proverbs 31 woman has a healthy fear of the Lord. This isn't about being scared, but rather about respecting and honoring God. For the modern Proverbs 31 woman, this could mean maintaining a strong prayer life, studying the Bible regularly, or living out God's love in her day-to-day interactions. By embodying these qualities, any woman can become a modern Proverbs 31 woman. In every action, every interaction, and every moment of her life, she seeks to live out these principles, making a difference in her world and leaving a lasting legacy. Let's recap what we've learned about the Proverbs 31 woman. Over the course of this video, we've delved deep into the character traits, qualities, and virtues of the Proverbs 31 woman, a beacon of wisdom, strength, and godly fear. She's not just a figure from a bygone era, but a timeless model whose attributes resonate in today's world as much as they did in biblical times. What makes her remarkable? Her industrious nature, for one. She's a hard worker, a provider, who takes care of her household with diligence and grace. She doesn't shy away from tasks, be they big or small. She's also a savvy businesswoman who invests wisely and reaps the fruits of her labor. But her qualities go beyond just her work ethic. She's wise, kind, and compassionate. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She extends her hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. These traits show a woman of substance, a woman of depth. Moreover, she's not swayed by the superficial standards of beauty. Instead, her beauty comes from her fear of the Lord, a beauty that doesn't fade with time. She's confident and strong, able to laugh at the days to come. Now that's a beauty worth aspiring to. In the context of our modern times, the Proverbs 31 woman serves as an inspiration for every woman. She encourages us to be hardworking, to be wise, to be kind, and to fear the Lord. She shows us that our worth is not defined by worldly standards, but by our character, our actions, and our relationship with God. The Proverbs 31 woman is not a checklist to be completed or a standard to be met, but a model to learn from. She's a reminder that we can strive to embody these qualities in our own unique ways, in our own unique lives. The Proverbs 31 woman, a timeless model of wisdom, strength, and godly fear, is as relevant today as she was in biblical times, and every woman can strive to embody her qualities,